going to have some other people jump on in a couple minutes, and then there will be some people watching the recording later. So we're just going to get started, and hopefully this is helpful to give you a little idea of who we are and what the trip is all about.
That's right.
So we are Rock and Whitney, and this is our tour. It's going to be amazing. We're going to just start with how we met, which is kind of interesting because we met on, well, we didn't meet on, but we fell in love on a tour like this, on a church history tour. So this was us a long time ago in the Sacred Grove. Here's a picture of us in Nauvoo. This is where Rock gave me the first ring. He made me a ring there.
I do remember that.
Okay.
You didn't want to show them that one, did you?
There we are in Kirtland. Of course, we are so excited to go to Kirtland this summer. So, long story short, we ended up married. We had 6 kids, and we found ourselves in these places time and time again. We were even in the Nauvoo pageant one year. So we decided that we would take good people to these good places. So that's what we've been doing. And it's been absolutely incredible. Rock has been a seminary and institute teacher for 21 years, and I have been a professional singer, performer, presenter throughout the world. So this isn't about us, but we have the right skills and experience with travel and teaching to make this an incredible opportunity for you. We want to give your family an experience.
We just love to be in these places, and so we want to take people with us because it's our favorite thing to do is to go share something that we love, I think.
So we want to know your why. If you know how to find the chat box and know how to type in the chat box, tell us, if you were to go on this tour, what is your why? Are you going, are you bringing, is it because you have kids that you're bringing or grandkids, or are you just a history buff? Are you going to connect to your own heritage or build your testimony, understand church history better, get ready for Come Follow Me next year? We would love to hear, what are your whys? Why are you considering coming on this trip? And there's some on here who have already signed up, so tell us why. tell us why you're coming, because we would love to know. This is our motto for our tour company. Be there, build faith, and become more. So I do want to read this from one of our friends who came last year. She said this about the tour. I thought I had a pretty strong testimony before the trip, but this tour really changed me. It was so powerful. There may be many people who would tell you to put this tour on your to-do list, but I promise you that this tour should be placed on your to-be list, and better yet, your become list. This trip helped me to become closer to my ancestors, to become more appreciative of the founding fathers and the pioneers, and this tour will become a life-changing event for you. So that's the goal here, is number 1, to be in the places, number 2, to build your faith, and number 3, to become a better disciple of Jesus Christ. So those are our goals. So let's get into the nitty-gritty.
Okay, let's talk about it. Itinerary.
We're going to just jump right in. We're going to briefly tell you about some of the places where we're going and what that's going to look like. July 12th through 22nd, here are all the places. Well, not every place we're going.
Yeah, it's not all of them.
This is all that could fit.
It's a good snapshot
on this graphic. So we're quickly going to go through and tell you a little bit about these places. So unique to our tour is that we start at the very beginning, which is, to us, in Plymouth. I mean, it's not the beginning. It's not at Adam and Eve, but it's at the beginning of...
But we go to that place.
We do go to that place.
We go to that place. But we start, we call it the prelude to the restoration. You may have heard that phrase before, but just starting out in Boston and Plymouth. Well, we'll start Plymouth first. And it is awesome. We get an opportunity to talk about the pilgrims. You get to look at these sacred sites right here. What do you want to tell them about that?
I love...
Yeah, she loves Plymouth.
Standing at the shore of the bay here and just picturing the Mayflower coming in. I wonder if any of you have ancestors who are on the Mayflower. We both do. And maybe that's something that you didn't know until now, but you should look it up because a lot of Americans do have ancestors who came over with those pilgrims. So this is a really sacred spot.
This is our friend. Oh wait, I'm going backwards, aren't I? Sorry. She was related. Remember this picture?
Yes.
She found out that she was related to William Bradford, and she wanted a picture with William Bradford.
Direct.
It was fun.
Descendant.
Good job,
Kayla. We love you. Oh, this is John Howland.
John Howland.
We're going to tell you this story on tour, but he fell off of the Mayflower, was miraculously rescued, and ended up being a great something grandfather of Emma Smith.
And many, many others. But Emma's, the key one.
So there are so many miracles, and just to see how the Lord has prepared this country for the restoration, it's really cool to see from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So then we also skip over to Boston, which anyone who has been to Boston will tell you it's one of their favorite places.
It is our favorite place. We love it.
On the planet. Does anyone have any ancestors who fought in the Revolutionary War? Because we both do too.
Yeah, I do.
So very cool. We
stay hydrated.
We spend a lot of time in Boston.
Paul Revere, Old North Church, Mike's Pastry. Oh, you're going to love the pastries. Kind of a famous spot.
Yes.
The history here is just unlike anywhere else just because of, just the revolution and the stories that we'll be able to share with you there. There is a guided tour that we will take where you'll learn so much history. So it's fun.
And you'll get to catch how the birth of our country really connects to the birth of the church.
Right.
You get the full picture and that appreciation for where we live. Really powerful.
And then from there, we hop in the bus and we drive north up to Sharon, Vermont. Sharon is where the prophet Joseph Smith was born. We'll stop at a couple of other places before that, which is really cool. Kind of some hidden gems. We'll take you there. But when you get to Sharon, just a sweet little spot where the prophet Joseph Smith was born, and you'll feel it. And then just outside of Sharon is a little place called Tunbridge. We love Tunbridge.
Most tours don't go there, but it's where Lucy Mack and Joseph Sr. met and fell in love, and it's the cutest little Vermont town.
Yeah, it is.
With a covered bridge and like little waterfalls. It's so darling.
A little store where Lucy Mack and Joseph Sr. met. You'll get to have some ice cream, and what's the favorite there? Maple ice cream, of course.
So
yeah.
It's just like a little hidden gem that we know about, and we like to take our tours there.
And if we can arrange it, there's some awesome documents where we'll see handwritten notes of where Hiram was born and Joseph and Lucy. We'll see their signatures. It's pretty neat. And that little town, they love it. They love when we come in, and yeah. They love to show off their history to us.
Okay, so next on the tour is the Priesthood Restoration Site. Yeah. Very cool. This is the banks of the Susquehanna River, where we're going to sing a hymn and share some things.
This is where John the Baptist appeared to the prophet Joseph and Oliver. It gave them the Aaronic priesthood. Not very far from here was where Peter, James, and John, where they came, gave the Melchizedek priesthood. And so just not far from here, the homes that we'll visit. And in these homes, all of our friends, look at these guys hopping on. This is where Emma's parents, where they lived. And we get to go and be in those homes. This is, and then Fayette. Okay.
But in harmony.
Yeah.
So many things happen here. The translation of the Book of Mormon begins. Mm-hmm. Joseph and Emma lose their first child, and the grave is still there. Just really tender places. Okay, so now, off to New York. This
is our first stop in New York. Oh, we do stop at a little Amish store, but that's beside the point. It's fun. This is Fayette, New York, the Peter Whitmer home, April 6th, 1830. You might remember that date as the first meeting of the church. Some just amazing stories took place before this in getting the prophet up here to where he could finish the translation of the Book of Mormon and the miracles that took place with the Whitmer family. And So it's just awesome to be in places. Okay, where are we going next?
Okay, next is Palmyra.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the Hill Cumorah, which we absolutely love. We plan for a little bit of time here where we're not rushed, and you can just kind of wander around the hill.
And this isn't a guided tour, so you just get to go. We'll gather at the top, gather at the bottom, but you just get to go explore.
And whoever finds the plates wins.
Yeah, we won't believe you, but anyway. So it's just beautiful. You'll love it.
Okay, and then there's so much to see in Palmyra. We go to the Grandin building where the Book of Mormon was printed. That's this.
These are all within minutes driving of each other. The Hill Cumorah, Grandin Press.
Grandin Press. This is Alvin Smith's grave, which is very sacred. The Smith family farm, the homestead. So much is there. We visit the Palmyra Temple. We can do baptisms, endowment sessions, whatever you want. And then, of course, the Sacred Grove. And we plan very carefully so there is enough free time for you to go into the grove multiple times because we're there for like a day and a half.
You can get up in the morning as early as you want. You can walk over there. Of course, our bus driver, Randy, he'll take you over there if you don't want to walk. So we'll have that all accommodated. It'll just be an awesome opportunity for you to just sit and reflect and do whatever that you want to do in the grove. We will meet as a group for a little bit, and we'll have that time scheduled. But other than that, we'll have some time where you can just do your thing. And we love that about Palmyra.
You will fall in love with Palmyra. And then after Palmyra, we take a little field trip to Niagara Falls.
This is on our way to Kirtland. So we leave Palmyra, head to Kirtland. We stop at the Martin Harris Farm. We eat some really good pizza, and you'll love that. Niagara Falls is awesome.
So we take an actual boat down.
It's called Maid of the Mist.
Right up close to the falls. And this is all included in your price, in your ticket price. Okay, now we are in Kirtland. Who is so excited about Kirtland?
I am.
This is the best summer to go to Kirtland.
We've already booked the time, so we had these before the announcement.
We did.
And they honored them, even when we booked with the Community of Christ.
So excited. I have no idea what it's going to be like with the church owning the temple now. And there's a brand new building. They built the Joseph and Emma home, which we've never been in.
Last year we saw it. It was under construction. And this year we'll be able to go in there. There's a beautiful view facing the west that looks out their window, and you can see the Kirtland Temple. So
the Kirtland Temple is so much fun because we're going to sing the Spirit of God in the Kirtland Temple, which is where it was sung for the first time.
So many visions took place here. Of course, there was one sister, Sister Tanner, who said that she looked out during the dedication. There were angels on the outside of the temple. Up in the upper room, the Father and the Son appeared. Kirtland is, the visitations of the Father and the Son in Kirtland are beyond anything that we have in recorded history anywhere else.
Right.
Yeah. What is it, over
Jesus
30?
Christ appeared over 30 times in Kirtland. So we do not have to leave the country to walk where Jesus walked.
Yeah.
Kirtland is very, very sacred.
And we have a very specific spot that we'll look at, the pulpit as to where he was. And that's pretty neat to know exactly where it was.
This is very exciting. So even if you've been to Kirtland before, it's going to feel new, I think. Yeah. This is like living church history right now in front of our very eyes. So there's so much to see in Kirtland. We're going to take you to the quarry where you can see, isn't that cute?
That is, you did that.
Then and now. Okay, this is the quarry where the rocks were cut for the temple.
Yeah.
So many fun little things like this. The John Johnson home, the Isaac Morley farm. There's a sawmill, a schoolhouse. We love it.
So many different things in Kirtland.
Oh, also Fairport Harbor. This is kind of like the MTC of the early days where people were leaving on their missions and coming. And those are two teenagers on our tour which decided to wrestle in Lake Erie.
They did. Yeah, and it was fun.
You too can wrestle in Lake Erie if you choose.
What we don't have a picture of is the lighthouse. It's just above this picture, and it's beautiful. And they have a little thing there, a plaque dedicated to the members of the church and who
this is also
it's fun.
Kind of an off the beaten path type of little place that not everyone knows about.
Yeah.
But it's one of our favorites. Okay. And then
yeah.
Off to Nauvoo.
And this is the bus ride that we take. We stay halfway to Nauvoo at a hotel and eat some good food along the way. Pass through South Bend, Indiana, if you love Notre Dame. So we get a little bit of that history of that church.
Nauvoo is just its own thing. Like, it's so amazing. We're going to give you some free time because there's so much to do there. You can kind of choose your own adventure and design what you want to do. The bus is available if you don't want to walk place to place. You can just follow us around.
Yep, we'll be there doing our thing, and you can follow us.
We can do baptisms session in the Nauvoo Temple. There's plays and pageants, and let me tell you, the reason why we do our tour in July is because of Nauvoo.
Because we love the heat. Yeah.
No, because of Nauvoo.
It is.
Nauvoo comes alive in July.
It does.
That is when just like you can feel the buzz in the air, the spirit of Nauvoo.
We know every little corner. We know exactly what street you need to go up and down. And so we'll help you. Because sometimes it takes a little while to get used to some of these little cities, right? And so we'll tell you exactly where to go. That bus ride, we'll explain everything, and you can follow us. This is another reason we go there, is because we get to watch these pageants.
There's 2 pageants, and we make sure that we see them both. And they are absolutely incredible. Coming from someone who's very picky about performances, me.
She is very picky about them.
You do not want to miss these pageants. Have to see them at least once in your life.
Yeah.
Okay, then there's so many activities to do for all ages.
We'll have a competition here. Don't you worry. This is the Red Brick Store. This is where the first endowments took place.
And that's one of the properties that we just acquired.
Yep.
So that's going to be
still don't own this one, but that's
really
okay.
neat.
All these properties outside here, we'll be able to go and see them. Okay.
Then it's off to, we stop at Carthage.
Carthage is just about 20 miles away from Nauvoo. We'll go there in an afternoon. This is one of the most sacred places that we'll be at. You'll love it there.
Yep.
Then after Nauvoo, and this is, of course, a whole experience, right? We just took you through it in just minutes. Then we hop in the bus and we head to Missouri. And then we're going to be at Adirondack. This is our first stop. Adirondack, as you know, is the place where Adam dwelt. And one of the things that I love about Adirondack is that they don't have missionaries who take you on a tour. It's a place that when we go, we'll talk about some of the history and Section 116, and we'll sing the hymn and everything. But then you'll just get out and you'll feel and understand why this is a cool place from the past. And then we have a lot of amazing things that are going to happen in the church's history in the future. So this is what it is, and it's powerful. Then we hop on the bus and we head to Far West. This is one of the places that a temple is announced, but we haven't built yet. These are the cornerstones. One of the cornerstones that was laid, this one right here that Zach is trying to reach under and touch. That's what you do, right? You want to get a hold of it. That's why we're there, so you can touch and feel and see and everything. But this is where the 12 left on their mission to England. And a prophecy, Joseph said, they will leave from Far West at the temple lot at this spot on this particular day. Well, all of our enemies knew that day. And so they thought, oh yeah, whatever, you're not going to. And well, about midnight, all of them gathered. They had a prayer and they left on their missions to England. So we'll take you there. This is a fun spot.
Okay, next stop in Missouri is Liberty Jail, which feels kind of like a temple to me. This is where the prophet spent several months incarcerated and received several powerful revelations.
Missionaries do a wonderful job at these sites, by the way. They do such a good job. But they give you a moment to think and feel and listen to some narrations. Sections 121, 122, 123, those are where these were received. And so awesome things to study before, and you'll have time on the bus to read those and read them after. And then just not far from Liberty is Independence. And we're standing on what we call the temple lot. And right here, there's 4 corners where the Community of Christ owns a couple of the lots. We own one of the lots, the Church of Jesus Christ. And then this lot that we're on right here is owned by another church, the Hedrickites. And this is where we end our tour.
And we love ending here because this is like the jumping point for the future.
Yeah.
So we spend this whole tour going over what happened in the past, but this is the future of the church. So we love that about this spot. So let's now talk about kind of the details, the accommodations. Yeah. This is our bus. This is the exact bus that we'll be taking. Well, it's not a bus. It is a coach.
Yes, it is a coach. We don't call it, we've been calling it a bus. It's a coach. But we'll probably say get on the bus because it's easier than a coach.
There's a difference.
Coach sounds like 1820, but it really is a nice motor coach throughout. There's TVs throughout, so anytime we're showing something on the screen, you can see it. You can hear it. We got a microphone.
Microphones, bathroom.
There's a place to plug in your devices in every single seat. Air conditioning's wonderful. They're tinted windows, as you can see. So it's very good.
Yep. And we take care of you, take care of your luggage. This is our bus driver, Randy, and he was so excellent.
We wanted it back.
We booked him again. He's not a member of our church, but he loves the church because of tours like ours. That's how he learned about the church, is tours like ours, being a bus driver. So he loves the church. He has so many questions and loves to ask questions. So he's going to be one of your favorite parts.
He's planning a trip back here to come hang out with all of us. He hasn't done it yet. Right, Bruce? He's going to do it soon.
He is going to come back. Okay, so let's talk about now.
Yeah.
I think that's the last slide.
I think it is too, okay.
So let's talk about food. Listen.
This is our favorite.
We really like food.
We probably over-planned last time. Nobody make any comments who was on the tour.
And that's one of our favorite parts about traveling is the food.
That's right.
So
can I say this?
Yeah.
As part of this whole thing, we talk about an experience. So food has got to be a part of it. So what types of things?
So listen. Okay. Boston clam chowder, Boston lobster rolls, Kansas City barbecue.
One of the best hole in the walls you've ever had in your entire life.
Polynesian teriyaki in Nauvoo.
We stumbled on that one and it's the best. We're going to do it again.
To a couple of Amish places, a restaurant that we love, Mary Yoder's, Amish banana cream pie.
Yeah, where there's a stop sign that says "Whoa," okay, and you get to see the Amish.
We will see our Amish friends.
Yes.
We eat deep dish pizza in New York. So delicious. Maple ice cream in Vermont. Listen, calories do not count when you're on a Jesus tour.
No, they don't count at all.
You can just eat as much as you want. That's the rule. But if you are not wanting to gain 8 pounds, which I understand, or if you're on a diet or have restrictions, we can accommodate those. So gluten-free we can do, dairy-free we can do, sugar-free, whatever you want, we can do it. So no worries there. So everything that's included in the price is 10 nights of hotels in very comfortable hotels. We're picky about our hotels. It's your fancy motor coach, all the transportation there, all the food. There's a couple of on your own meals. I think there's 2. So most of the food is covered. All the tickets to anything we're getting into, Niagara Falls, everything's all covered.
So one part, can I mention when we meet and all that?
Yeah.
Okay? So one of the things that we do is this. We pick up in Boston at about 5 o'clock on July 12th. And so you just have to find yourself in the Boston airport at 5 o'clock on July 12th. And so if you want to come 2 days before and hang out in Boston a couple extra days, great, do it. That's awesome. And then we all hop on the bus. Randy is there waiting. And so then we all just load the bus and we take you to the very first stop in Plymouth, and from there we just go and do exactly what we've said here. So from that point on, the tour begins. Okay, so everything from there to Kansas City is all taken care of.
So you're responsible for your airfare to Boston and then home from Kansas City.
And we can help you out with that. We've got a lot of we've had experience with that. If you want to take the red eye, if you want to save a little money there, or if you want to do it direct from Salt Lake City, whatever you want to do. Just hop on and start looking at those prices right now. So, and I know some people have already booked their flights here. So
yes.
Anyway,
so just the 2 flights, and we can help you if you need help with that.
Right.
Everything is planned to the second, but we also give you a lot of chill time. So it's not like every minute you're listening to us or we're doing something. So there's some free time, there's some downtime, but we have planned everything. So you don't have to think, you can just feel and relax and enjoy. We'll tell you what to pack. We can tell you what to read, to prepare. You can call us or text us anytime. Like, this is low key, as the kids say.
Low key.
So,
Yep, it totally is low key.
We are very accessible.
And there's going to be some teenagers on this trip, by the way.
And we're
excited. And they're the best. So bring teenagers. If you know some teenagers that want to come, reach out to them. Tell them they need to be on this tour.
Yes, please. Okay. Oh, I want to read this. This is from our friend Andrew, who I think is on this call. He said, logistics were spot on. Great food, clean and engaging bus ride. Hotels were a lot better than many places I have stayed for work. Thank you, Andrew.
Nice, Andrew.
We did try. And let me tell you, the bus is a very sacred place, and it's also a party. Like, we have a lot of fun on the bus. That's where a lot of our teaching happens. We play games on the bus. We play music, and we share. And we also give you time to sleep and visit and do whatever. So the bus is one of our favorite sites.
Absolutely.
To be honest.
Yeah. It's where, I mean, and that's an opportunity for everybody to share with each other, you know. We hope you'll move around, right, on the bus, but some people, they kind of establish their pew like we do at church, but no matter.
Okay, so
talk about pricing.
Let's talk about, if anyone has questions, start typing those.
Yeah, start typing them in.
And we're gonna go over a few more things. Put them in the chat,
text us. Okay, so pricing, this is all on the website, cornerstonetravel.net. So if you can go there, you'll see all of this, a breakdown of everything. But quad occupancy, what that means, I mean, some people have asked, what does that mean, quad occupancy? That's what we're talking about with hotel rooms, right? Because every place we stay is a hotel room. And so every hotel room, every single hotel room we have, can't speak, has 2 queen beds in it or king. So that's what you can kind of expect. $24.95 a person.
So if you come in a group of 4,
yep,
and
that's
you're
your price.
all sharing a room, it's $24.95 per person.
Triple $25.95, double $27.95, single $34.95, and you just get on the website. You can check that out. We're going to show you exactly, if you want to stay on here, how to sign up. It's really, really easy. We'll show you that right now. You go to Cornerstone Travel right here, cornerstonetravel.net. Okay, and when you scroll down here, this is just the main homepage. You come down here, here's these 2 buttons. Okay, registration form, pay deposit. If you click on the registration form, this is what pops up.
And from here, it's really easy. You're just going to enter one email address for your whole group. So that email address will be the main contact. Then you enter the birth date and phone number and name of everyone else who's coming. And in the box below, you can put any special dietary needs or anything else that we need to know. Now, keep in mind that this form does not reserve your spot. You actually have to pay the deposit. So you're going to go back to the homepage, scroll down, click on Pay Deposit, and this is going to open up a new window. So here you'll see that there are some options to pay a single deposit or a double or triple or quad, depending on how many people are coming with you. So choose accordingly. It's $300 per person. Then you just enter your information and click Submit. So here's something to keep in mind. When you pay online, usually there is a fee to use a card, but we're waiving that for the deposit. So you can pay your deposit right here online with no extra fee. If you want to pay the rest of your balance online, you will have to pay the fee. So we've made some arrangements. You can pay by check or Venmo, PayPal, like whatever works best for you if you want to avoid that fee.
So
why a tour? Some people have asked or have said to us, like, hey, I'm just going to take my family. Like, why would I go with a tour company? And this is what I would say. If you go with our tour, you're going to see 3 to 4 times more than you would on your own. Okay? We know where we're going. Like, you don't have to drive, navigate traffic.
You don't have to worry about a hotel. You don't have to worry about restaurants.
Everything's planned.
Yeah.
We know all the different roads to take. We know the little hidden spots. You can just sleep while someone else drives, you can chill, talk to your family. So I really feel like you will have 10 times the amount of background and context and teaching and information and resources all done for you than if you went on your own. It's definitely more bang for your buck to go.
Leave the sleepless nights to us. Yeah, for sure.
And we've had them.
It's good. Yeah.
Okay, so let's get to some questions.
Does anybody have any questions? Hopefully we've covered it all, but if you have any questions, let's see.
Okay, so we've got, I think this is Pam. She said, I'm bringing 2 of my grandkids. Yeah. All 3 of us had wanted to see the church history sites, and we look forward to coming. We're so excited. Okay, we have a question. Who can come on the tour? That's a good question. Who can come on the tour? Who is this tour for? Listen, this is for anyone. Amazing for teens, families, couples, friends. We've had sisters come, like on a sister's trip, cousins come. This would be a great graduation gift for a senior. We've had young couples. We had an 80-year-old couple last year who did great. They did great. They walked the whole Freedom Trail. You don't have to. Laundry services. That's a great question. Somebody just asked what's laundry services at the hotels. Most hotels have laundry services. I think all of them did. Yeah. And so we usually just call ahead and make sure and say, hey, are your laundry services working? And as soon as we get there, sometimes early in the morning, whatever it takes. But everybody kind of took care of laundry along the way. So that wasn't a problem for us last year because the hotels had those. And they would just operate by coins. So if we need to stop and grab some coins or just bring a whole bunch of them, that'd be great. Okay, another question. What benefits do you see from actually being at the places? So one of the main things I would say is being in the place where history happened makes the story come alive. It makes the people feel like real people and not just characters. And if there's anything like in church history that you've struggled with or that feels uncomfortable, for me, this has been really healing for me. And in fact, this is, Rochelle, who came last year, she said this: returning home from the tour, I experienced a newfound passion to dive deeper into church history. Before, I had approached the topic cautiously, feeling uncomfortable with certain aspects and hesitant to explore further. However, the tour completely changed my perspective. The experiences and connections I made during the trip ignited a fire within me to learn more and to understand the complexities of our history. So that's one thing that, to me, being where they stood and feeling them as real people and trying to see things through their eyes helps me a lot with some of the complexities of church history. So this is one thing when I was a brand new teacher. I taught Seminary Institute for 21 years, and a good friend of mine, Win Wilkes, he took us on a trip, and we hopped in a van and we drove clear back to these sites. I wasn't with my family at that time, but I remember coming home after that trip and just thinking, I have got to do this. I've got to go do it again. I've got to take my family. And so that's what happens. It really does ignite in you something just to study. You don't have to go, of course, we know that. Gain a testimony. Right. I haven't been to Jerusalem, but have a testimony of Jesus and all the apostles. But it sure does something to all of us when we get to go there. It's a great experience. So the other thing I would say is, which we talked about a little, the connection to your own family history. Like if you have family members who were in these places, it will completely change the way that you see your history. Someone else who came on the tour last year. And Whitney will remind you that all the time. I love it because I spend a lot of the time on the bus on Family Search. Yeah. It will just become so interesting to you in a way that it never has before, and for your teenagers too. Because you can look at the app and you can say, where are my ancestors? And it'll zoom right into, if we're in Harmony, you'll be able to see if you have an ancestor who lived there at that time. So that's the cool thing about Family Search. So Brendan, who was on our tour last year, he found a great-great-great-grandmother who lived in all these places, New York, Kirtland, Far West, and Nauvoo. And so when we were in Nauvoo, he was able to find the exact lot that belonged to them. And he stood on it and was able to be like on his family's property, which I thought was amazing. He said, I only knew a little bit about these ancestors before until I looked up information about them while on tour.
Yeah.
And I love them now. He said, my wife and I love the church history tour and we want to go again. So for me, that's one of the coolest parts is you really find out where you're from and who you are.
So somebody asked the question here. This is a great one. She's a teacher. She wants to know if she can be back in Arizona by July 23rd. Yes, we absolutely can accommodate that. Melissa, reach out to us, send us an email, and
She'll be back on the 22nd.
Yeah.
You'll be back on the 22nd.
Oh yeah, you'll be back on that day.
Yeah.
You'll get a flight. We get you back to the Kansas City airport by 1:00. Okay, so everybody will be at the Kansas City airport by 1:00. You'll see this if you go into cornerstonetravel.net. But we'll have you at that airport. So just whatever you do, just try and get your flight shortly after 1:00.
And again, we can help you with all of this.
Yeah. So just reach out to us and you'll be home for sure.
This is a lot of information. So if
I don't think anybody got home after that. I think everybody got home that night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Unless they wanted to stay in Kansas City to watch
everyone got
baseball
home
game.
easy. If you want to send us your email, I can send you the recording of this Zoom because I know it was a lot
You think someone wants to watch this again?
of information.
Wow.
There was just a lot in it. Or if you want to share it with someone. So
Oh, yeah. We'll post it.
send me your email. If you have any other questions, we can help answer those. Or we can just, if it doesn't work out for you this year, we can put you on the list for next year, etc. So send us your emails. Also, we're doing a special thing.
Oh, tell them about that quick before somebody has to hop off.
Special thing for you. Anyone who books in the next 24 hours will get $100 off. Okay? So this is what we call a Zoom special. Okay? Also, we have a referral program. So if you refer anyone who signs up on the tour, that's another $100 off. So tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbors, and anyone who signs up with us because you told them to, you get $100 off.
Okay, we don't want to make this too long, so anybody have any last questions?
We have a lot of people on here who have been on our tour before, and
right.
some people who are already
So
signed up.
fun.
Oh, so many.
This is awesome.
Does anyone want to jump in and share your testimonial? Oh,
Totally worth it. Yeah,
thank you, Andrew.
that's what I would have done, Andrew.
Thank you so much.
Anyway, well, we're grateful that all of you hopped on here to give us a few minutes of your day. We'd love to take you with us now or later. Yes, Jonathan, we are planning England soon. And we will make sure that we don't order as many fries, okay? Lots of inside jokes here, as you can tell. We became a family.
Become so close to the people on tour. Like, it's one of the things I didn't really expect, but you become like a family by the end. And that is what Zion is all about. We kind of get to experience Zion in one trip, and it's the absolute best. So if you can swing it, this is such an exciting time to come. It is totally worth it. I feel like everyone should do this at least once in their life to experience it because of what it does to your faith and to your heart. And you just never look at church history the same again. So
yeah, it's fun. Okay.
We'd love to have all of you.
All right. Thanks for hopping on. See you soon.